Hi everyone, welcome back. In this lesson, we are going to talk about how to design reuse blocks in EasyEDA. In electrical design, we often run into the same functional blocks over and over again. For example, in this project, we are using an AMS 1117 LDO regulator to convert battery voltage down to 3.3 volt. I'm sure many of your projects has also have similar power modules. Now, for this kind of circuit that we need frequently, we don't have to redraw them every single time. Instead, we can turn them into reuse blocks, so next time, we can just drop them in directly. First, let's take a look at the basic parameter of this component. Right-click on it and open the datasheet. Here we can see it outputs 5 volt, support up to 1A of current, has a max input voltage of 18 volt, and comes in an SOT223 package. Once we understand this info, we are ready to create one reuse block. Click on the top menu and go to File, New, Reuse Block. This process is almost the same as creating a custom component. In the dialog box, give it a name, for example, LDO. In the description field, write down its main specs like input, output voltage, and max current. This way, when you use it later, you immediately know what it does. Click Save, and when the system asks whether to open a new project, choose Yes. Now a brand new reuse block project is created. Once inside the schematic editor, everything works just like a normal circuit design. Start by placing an AMS 1117 component. You can press the space bar to rotate it. Next, add the input and output field capacitors. Use shortcut Shift F to quickly search for parts. Then connect the power and ground lines. Win at the top, GND at the bottom, and Vout as the output. Finish up the wiring like usual. And that's it. You just completed the schematic for your LDO power module. Next, let's move on to the PCB layout. Press Alt and I to update and convert schematic. And then system will sync all components to the PCB editor, arrange the part neatly and make the routing logic and clean. Since this block will be reused many times, it's a good idea to optimize the layout now, so you don't need to adjust it again in future projects. At this point, the main part of our block, schematic, PCB layout, and parameters is done. Now we need to make it truly reused by generating a block symbol. To use this block in other projects, we need to define the input-output pins. We'll do this with net ports. Click Place, Net Port, and add ports for input, output, and GND. In this module, input Win, output Vout, ground means GND. You can also add text label beside each part to make things clear later. After finishing, press Ctrl S to save. Then click Generate Update Block Symbol and confirm with Yes. The system will automatically create the symbol file for you. After generating, you can fine-tune the symbol layout, just like adding a custom footprint. Adjust the pin spacing, label size, and descriptions. Here's a good convention. Inputs on the left, outputs on the right. GND at the bottom center. Add the block name and voltage labels. Now your block symbol is complete. Once you save and close the block project, go back to your main schematic. In the lower left panel, open the Library tab and under Personal Library, click Reuse Block. You'll see the LDO we just created. Click Place Block symbol and drop it directly onto your schematic. Then connect the Win circuit, GND to ground, and the output gives you 5-1. You'll notice that the symbol represents some circuit, but it looks much cleaner and more organized. In the project tree on the left, a new LDO item also appears. That means the block has been successfully linked. Keep in mind, if you add components or parameters inside your project, those changes affect only the current project. They won't automatically sync to the original block in your library. If you want updates to apply everywhere, you'll need to open the block project from Personal Library. Make your changes there and save it again. Since we already did the PCB layout in the module, when you run update schematic to PCB in your main project, and click Apply Changes, the layout will be imported automatically. No need to rearrange. That's the biggest advantage of reused blocks. Design once, reuse forever. It greatly improves your design efficiency and keeps your project consistent. Reusable blocks make your schematic cleaner and your workflow much faster. Draw it once, reuse it everywhere. It saves time and ensures design consistency. Alright, that's all for this lesson on creating reused blocks. If you found it helpful, don't forget to give it a thumb up. See you in the next one.